Really quickly before this video begins, I'd just like to say this is the first video on my channel that I've actually put a lot of effort into, so if you enjoy, please consider subscribing. Bye. If you're watching this video, then you know what Undertale is. It started out as a small indie game created by the GOAT Toby Fox, but soon became one of the most popular and, in my personal opinion, greatest indie games of all time. In the game, you control a small child by the name of Frisk, as you traverse a large and immersive world called the Underground. Frisk has fallen into the Underground, and there they meet a variety of monsters who they can either befriend or, not become friends with. It's this interesting play on the RPG genre that made this game so ridiculously popular. But as someone slightly late to the party, I'm gonna give my 2 cents on how the game affected me personally. First off, this game is mind-blowing. Despite having your average low-end graphics, it captures so many emotions within a few pixels. The thing that really made me personally fall in love with this game are the characters. Toby Fox really did an incredible job of making some of the most immersive and lovable characters of all time. From the get-go, you are introduced to a small yellow flower named Flowey, who despite pretending to be a friend, immediately tries to kill you. He then states something that resonated with me throughout my entire playthrough. It's kill or be killed. In my opinion, this is one of the most crucial plot points, as I believe it guides the majority of the story moving forward. In my opinion, the entirety of Undertale is about proving Flowey, or in other words, kill or be killed, wrong. Whether it be by defeating a bloodthirsty Undyne through kindness, or showing Papyrus that you can be friends, or even proving to all the monsters that you are a good human, you are meant to prove that this world isn't kill or be killed, and that there is a better way than the way that Flowey was sure. The pacifist, or in other words, the route where you show mercy to all of the monsters, ends in a beautifully written conclusion, where you finally show all of the monsters that not all humans are evil, and we can live in harmony on the surface together. A perfect ending to the game. Or it would be if there wasn't another route that you could play through. The No Mercy route can be done before Pacifist, but in my opinion, it's generally done afterwards. When reloading the game for the first time after the true ending, Flowey asks you why you've decided to come back. After all, the game is over. Everyone, all the monsters you spent countless hours saving, are finally free of the underground and living happily on the surface. Why would you come back and choose to play through the game again? Flowey then tells you there aren't any more threats to the world of monsters, except for one. You. You alone have the power to reset everything, rip them from their happiness and restart the entire sequence of events. You alone have the power to do anything you want in this game, in this world. And so, at least for me personally, the No Mercy route begins. It starts off with curiosity. I wondered what would happen if I eliminated all the monsters that I found. After all, the pacifist route had such a wholesome and beautiful ending. Perhaps this route would have an interesting one too. With the help of my viewers, I eventually learned that I had to purposefully and voluntarily seek out every single monster to unalive. It was tedious, boring, and just not fun at all. I was forced to endure hours of running around in circles to destroy another weak monster just to become stronger. The game began to feel strange as the music changed drastically to a darker and sadder tone. And then, while I was in Waterfall, I met my first real challenge, Undyne. After saving Monster Kid, she transformed into Undyne the Undying, a brick wall that I had to destroy. She was powerful, much stronger than me in fact. Despite this difference in strength, however, I had something she didn't. I could replay the fight as many times as I needed to defeat her, making the fight completely one-sided. It was an incredible fight, but it wasn't a fair one. After defeating her, the rest of Waterfall and the majority of Hotlands were as expected. Senseless killing and boredom. The game was punishing me through making the experience tedious and time-consuming. At this point, Frisk was at such a high level, with such an overwhelming attack, that I could one-shot many of the monsters and bosses I encountered. After exiting Hotland, you are met with Flowey once more, as he explains about the No Mercy route, and how it affects not only Frisk, but you as the player as well. The more monsters you unalive, the further distance you grow away from the character in general. I began to see this in my own playthrough, as when I first started executing a Frogget or Whimsum, it would make me exceptionally sad. But towards the end, I didn't even flinch when I defeated a final Frogget, or Magic. Everything Flowey said was completely true, and it shook me to think about how this route was affecting me as well. After this revelation, Flowey seemed to grow terrified of me, seeing as I am more powerful than him at this point. He runs, but I follow. I follow into the Hall of Judgment, and nothing could have prepared me for what would come next. Sans, a free-spirited, hilarious, and pretty lazy skeleton, stood before me. I had ripped his innocent brother from his life, taken everything he loved. The world was an abyss behind me as I destroyed the underground in my wake. This was it, the final battle. It was time for my destructive ways to be punished. Sans was the judge, and I had been found guilty. I died many times to his powerful and unpredictable attacks, as he used time and resets to his advantage as well, just as I had used on the other monsters. Despite his overwhelming difficulty, it was still not a fair fight. I could replay the battle as many times as it took, learning his attacks, getting faster and faster, stronger and stronger. In the end, there was nothing he could do, and he fell too. I went forward and defeated the king, and ended Flowey as well. There was nothing left in this world, nothing left but me. But was it really even me anymore? An entity appeared, an entity by the name of Kara. I could either reset the world or refuse, and when I refused, it murdered me, ending the world anyway. The game ended, filling me with regret for my curiosity and leaving me speechless at what I had done. The most unfortunate part, however, is that I can never go back. I'll never be able to see those lovable characters with the same childlike innocence I once did. Nothing but ones and zeros now. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I spent a lot of time making this. This is my first real video on my channel. If you liked it, maybe consider subscribing. I don't know. That's what everyone says. But I'll be making some more videos, pop into my live streams, and have a good day. Bye.